Hey everybody, it's Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring, and today is Friday, May 24th. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Getting ready for a long weekend. I had a nice day trade today on Microsoft on the 5-minute bars using a strategy that I use called a higher low V2. And I thought you would find it helpful. And if you do find it helpful, I would appreciate if you'd hit the thumbs up button. But let me explain what's going on here. So a higher low V1 or V2, this is a higher low V2. The requirements are, let me first highlight the top green line and the bottom green line. Anywhere in this area is called the value zone. Generally, I like to buy in the value zone, sell above the value zone, or buy below the value zone and sell in the value zone or above the value zone. What I don't like to do is buy above value. That's just a filtering process that helps me keep out of bad trades. I want to buy at a reasonable price and sell at an overvalued price. And so the first requirement is we need to close below the value zone. You can see this big bar down here at the open, close below the value zone. So we are definitely closed below the value zone. The second requirement is that you have to rally back into the value zone. The third requirement is that then you need a pullback followed by a V1 or a V2. If you'd like to learn more about V1s, V2s, just go to my YouTube channel. I have a lesson there, a free lesson video about V1s and V2s. But in this case, it's a V2. And the requirement for a V2 is bar 1, bar 2 goes below bar 1's low, and then requirement number 3 is bar 3 closes above bar 1's close. So bar 1, bar 2 has to go below the low of bar 1, bar 3 has to close above the close of bar 1. But it's very important that for a higher low V1, V2, that it starts under the value zone, moves into the, or closes under the value zone, goes into the value zone, pulls back, and then has a V1 or a V2. Well, here's the V1, right? 1, 2, 3, 2 goes below 1, 3 closes above 1's close. Now, first of all, my end of bar stop on a V2 is a close below halfway of this washout bar. I call it the washout bar because it washes out or goes below bar 1. Halfway, this is an important level. So if it had closed even a penny below halfway, I simply would have got out for a small loss. That is what's called my end of bar stop. Then I always use an emergency stop, which is exactly 2 ATRs from my entry below my entry. So my entry here is 426.26, and then 2 ATRs below is my emergency stop. If it gets there, I'm just done. I'm out of the trade. Now, I like to have a good risk to reward ratio. I like to make more if I'm correct than I would lose if I'm incorrect. So my maximum allowed loss on this trade is 2 ATRs, like I just mentioned. I'm going to double that and take my entry price and go 4 ATRs above. So one of 4 things going to happen. One, I'm going to close below halfway of the washout bar. That's scenario number 1 for most likely a small loss. Number 2, I'm going to hit my emergency stop. Number 3, I'm going to hit my target, which is 4 ATRs above my entry. Or number 4, the day's going to run out and I haven't hit any of these, and maybe it's just somewhere in here, and then I'll simply get out. But this was a good trade, and it worked out really well. And you can see, I mean, it took off right away, and that's why V1s and V2s are so good, because it shows that you're going down, and then, oops, never mind, going back up. The reason this was down and went back up, there were no more sellers down here, and so as it went up, it's less likely that it's going to go back down. I mean, it certainly does sometimes, but it's less likely. So I entered here 426.26. About an hour later, oops, put in the wrong bar there. About an hour later, I hit my target of 429.66. So it was an hour trade for about $3.38, 0.8%. Pretty good in an hour. Like I said, if you'd like to learn more about about V1s or V2s, just go to my YouTube channel in the lessons playlist and watch those. They're really helpful. I use them a lot in my trading. And also tomorrow on Saturday, every Saturday, I have a weekend review, where I do a weekend review podcast where I review all the trades that I made last week, both on the daily time frames, the weekly time frames, when I entered, why I entered, what was the strategy, what was the setup, and then how I am going to manage the trades. I think you'll like it and kind of learn more about my trading and the process that I use. And then also I take a look at all the stocks this weekend of what I'm looking for next week for daily and swing trades. So you might find that helpful as well. But hope you have a really good long weekend. Enjoy it. Hope you had a good trading week this week. And like I said, if you enjoyed or found anything useful in this short podcast today, I would really appreciate if you could hit the thumbs up. All right, everybody, have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.